joined the race. I think one of them, the major factor, is that I think I'm ripe enough now to lead a political party. Subsequently, even becoming a Republican president. If you look at my background of politics, I think I'm one of the senior politicians in this country, so to say. I am also someone who has traversed widely, countrywide. There is no corner that I haven't touched in this country in as far as politics is concerned. And in addition to that, I am quite concerned about the suffering of the Zambian people. Because looking at UPND had promised the Zambians heaven on earth. But unfortunately, it has turned out to be the opposite. Zambians are suffering more than they were suffering in PF. So I have thought that I think it's time for me to participate in taking over the leadership, not only in the PF, but also becoming a Republican president. Because I think I can do better than what UPND is doing. UPND duped the people and they came into power, but unfortunately, they have no skill of looking after the Zambian people. They want to run Zambia as a business entity instead of running Zambia as for Zambians, because when you become a Republican president, you are supposed to have an interest of how the Zambians are living. Is their welfare being taken off? Not to run as a business where you want the country to make a profit. Your GDP grows or your GDP comes down, inflation comes down, but there is no money in people's pockets. That's not what we want. We want a leader now, as Zambians, a leader that will have the inflation high, but there is more money in people's pockets. People can afford 3 square meals a day. Today, as I speak to you now, people are having only 1 meal a day because they cannot afford. Prices have skyrocketed from the time that the UPND took over government, which means they duped the people of Zambia. They lied to the people of Zambia that they were going to improve their well-being, their welfare. So I think that's one of the many reasons that has made me join the race in PF, and hoping my dear brothers and sisters in PF could give me an opportunity to run the party and of course ascend to the office of the Republican president. I have no doubt whatsoever that once we pick a leader, credible leader in PF, and going to the from the convention, and of course going to the general election, UPND has no chance whatsoever because they lied to the people of Zambia. There are so many things that they lied to the people of Zambia, and Zambians have come to realize that they were duped. So I think for me, for now, party members in PF, I think I'm the right man. I'm a senior man in the party who has vast experience, who had worked with the late President Michael Chilufya-Sata, and of course with the previous president, Dr. Edgar Chagwa-Lungu, and of course at one point for 4 years I worked with the UPND president, Hakainde Hichilema, who was the current president. I worked very, very closely with him. Well, it's my experience, as I said. I've just alluded to that. I think I have more experience than most of my colleagues that have also contested the presidency in PF. And you see, I have tested the leadership of PF, which I helped to form, and of course the leadership of UPND. I worked, as I said earlier on, that I worked with Hakainde Hichilema for 4 years. Very, very closely. I was his deputy. First, I came in as a vice president politics. Then subsequently, I became closer to him. So what I'm saying is that I think because of my vast experience from both sides, I feel that I think I can make a good party president in PF, and not only that, not only stopping at that, even a Republican president. I can be better. I think I will tell the people the truth, what I will be able to do. But this is for a later date. This is for a later interview, whereby I'll be able to explain to the Zambian people what I'll be able to do if I am elected, first of all, at our General Convention as a candidate of PF to contest the Republican presidency. I'll be able to expound more on what I'm able to do for the Zambian people. What? Can you say that again? It's a chipante-pante type of governance. I think our colleagues in UPN, they don't know what they are doing. In my view, personally, I think they were not ready to take over leadership. Because after 1 year, 3 months which have been in government, up to now they're still bantering everywhere. They don't know what to do. In fact, they have not done what the Zambians expected. They lied to the Zambian people that this is what they are going to do. The cost of living, I'll tell you, is unbearable. Most Zambians cannot afford to, to get what they want from the lies of the UPND government. Yeah. That's why I said it's a chipante-pante government. Farming inputs, by now farmers should have had inputs in their backyards or on their farms. But unfortunately, they've only been so bad because farmers will have not have received farming inputs in good time. And they don't know that that will escalate the rate of the dollar because they have to import maize now from other countries in order to mitigate that gap that we need of 500,000 metric tons per year as a reserve. Yet we should have done better if they had brought in the farming inputs in good time. Those that were able to bring in inputs in good time, they were sidelined because they said they were PF suppliers. That is nonsense. There is no PF supplier when it comes to distribution of fertilizer. We found suppliers of fertilizer from MMD days, but we didn't ignore their capacity. And that is why PF has done well, or rather did well in terms of distribution of farming inputs, because we didn't look at an individual to say they were in MMD. All what we were looking at is the capacity to supply, and which they did in good time. Now, because these people, they want now to award their, is it Miyombo, their friends, so that they can get a cut. They are going to see that next year, countrymen and women, we shall have a huge shortage of maize come next year. The prices of mealie meal and other byproducts will be quite high. Thank you.